this is your general reading. Sorry, it's taking me so long. This is order 417 or 4137. Sorry. So, I think you have readings from me before, but I can't recall exactly. But I have my computer here. That's where I'm getting your energy from. And this is yours. You can rewatch it as many times as you wish. I would recommend to watch it by yourself first, and then if you want to rewatch it, then you're more than welcome to, okay? If it's getting to be too much, just come back to it. But how my cards tend to work for me is it's like past, present, and future as they're coming out. Future is not set in stone. As you make decisions, things are going to change, okay? So I can kind of just let you know what the cards are telling me and then go from there. Please let me know how this resonates with you as well, okay? But yeah, and then I'll pause in between my shufflings too so that you don't have to like just watch me shuffle for some reason. Oh, goodness, they have a lot to say apparently. You were hurt in the past. And you're still healing. Okay. So, oh wait, no, that's not right. I need to shuffle one more time. All right, so the first card kind of sets the tone of the reading too. Yours is Healing Heart. So that's why I'm kind of like, you'll heal in. So this could be from multiple different things. It's hard to say, but I feel like you know what this is about and you know that you're working on healing and you're just doing all that you can. Don't push it. I feel like you're trying to push the healing process and it's backfiring on you, okay? So just be cautious of that. The Runner came out next. So this is about not necessarily like running away from things, but it can be about like intensity of the situation and letting go. So it's about like that inner turmoil that you're having, and it can be about fear of intimacy, but I don't feel that with you. I feel like it's more about like you're trying to heal, but at the same time you're trying to run away from it because it's kind of triggering, okay? So just give yourself some grace. Just chill, okay? The Separation card came out next. So this is about sadness, bitterness towards the situation. It could also be about like an uncertainty in the future too. So I feel like again that you're not living in the here and now. You're either in the past, looking back on the past, or you're trying to jump forward. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. You know what I mean? Like you're not here right now. Your mind is wandering, and it's like wandering to the past and it's wandering to the future, and you just want to skip ahead. You know what I mean? So Cut Down came out, and then shortly after it was Addiction. So Cut Down was about cutting out somebody in your life, cutting out a situation. It's about stopping the pattern. It's about like just saying no, putting up those healthy boundaries, okay? And the Addiction is about like there's an obsession going on with this, and that's why you're kind of having those blockings. You're blocked, okay? And the Chain is really sticking out to me. So I have a feeling that you're like all tied up and you're just nowhere to go. The Four of Swords really comes to mind for you. I'm going to use my tarot with you, I think. So it's like you're almost blinded by something that you're not seeing. You're not seeing things for how you should see them. And you are the creator of your own ties. So only you can break them. Once you break this emotional blockage and get through all this crap and cutting it out, or like accepting it, forgiving yourself so that you can move past this, then I feel like you're going to start ascending and you're going to start feeling a lot better. So it's also about like learning and expanding, not only in this aspect, but in all kind of aspects of your life. So this is about like creating that new phase too, and just kind of leaving the shit in the past, because that's where it belongs. You acknowledged it, you've learned from it, now you're moving past it and you're above that. Okay, so mirror came out next. So the mirror is about like how you look at the world and how you look at yourself. So it's a self-reflection. It's also about those inner wounds too. So when you see yourself, you don't really, sometimes when you're really looking and you're not too busy getting ready, or like if you're really looking at yourself in the mirror, you don't really necessarily like what you see. So self-love, self-appreciation. I feel like you're really, really hard on yourself, and you gotta stop. Okay, so have that self-reflection on yourself, not only in the mirror, but also have a self-reflection of being true to yourself. So when I say that, do you know exactly what you're healing from and what you're trying to move past from and how you can do this? Okay? Because I have a feeling that you're having a really hard time. The bottom of the deck is a hammer. So the hammer is about like sabotaging, rebuilding. It can also be about persistent, working on it, and repairing. So I feel like you are either going to be self-sabotaging because of this, or you will be working on it and repairing it bit by bit. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? So just again, be very gentle on yourself. You're really, really hard on yourself. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab another deck. Okay, so for this one, the first two cards was Karma, Balance, and Justice, Disharmony, Triggers, and Conflict. Dude, it's pretty much this first deck kind of wrapped into 2 cards. Okay, so you gotta find that balance. You gotta have that aha justice moment for yourself, because you're clinging on to this, and that's what's creating this disharmony, and you're triggering yourself and that inner conflict too. Fire came out next. So I don't think you're a fire sign, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. You might have fire in your chart, but I feel like this is about getting that new beginning. Something sparked within you a little while ago, and that's where the fire is coming from. And the ace is on here too. So the ace cards are about like new beginnings, newfound hope, and those sorts of kind of deals. So I feel like you are, that little spark happened, and you're trying to expand your thinking pattern, and trying to find your place in the spiritual world of things, I think. And then you're just wanting more knowledge. You're just wanting to absorb it all. Give yourself time, okay? You're rushing things. You're like diving into it. So if you keep diving in the way that you're diving in, you're going to burn yourself out, okay? That's why this is going down, okay? So just be cautious of that. So don't have the burnout that's going on, okay? Sun, Strength, and Empowerment came out. You're coming into your own though. With all this knowledge that you have gained and all this research that you are doing, you are starting to know what you are capable of and what your inner strength can do. And the Sun card is, again, it's all happiness, joy, success, those sorts of things. But again, just be cautious, because if you keep going the rate that you're going, you're going to burn out, or you're going to get burned by the sun. So just be cautious of that. Know that you are empowered to do all of this, but take your time, okay? Growth and Summer came out next. So this is kind of in the middle of my deck. So I think that this past summer, you had a lot of growth and experience going on with the spiritual stuff in general, and that has really helped you become a little bit better at nurturing yourself, being compassionate towards yourself, and getting to know yourself a little bit better. But again, I don't think you're quite there to where you want to be because of the first deck that happened, okay? So you are going through this awakening phase right now, and you're kind of like shooting for the rainbows kind of deal, and you're like grasping onto things that may not be there. Okay, so just remember that you need to nurture yourself before, like, you're diving in too deep. Okay, so your cup is half empty or empty, and you're not refilling it the way that it needs to be refilled. Okay, so just make sure that you're being compassionate towards yourself. Facade and beliefs came out sideways. So this is about past, present, and future. I think that when you started looking into things, I think like witchcrafty wise, spiritual wise, it kind of really rocked some of your beliefs, and you kind of like, again, past, present, future. And I think that, again, in the past, it was still kind of a little rocky, and you were just like, I don't know about this. This isn't really the path for me. And now that you're kind of, again, just kind of getting into things and learning things, you're trying to figure out where you fit in. Okay, but I think that you will figure out where you're fitting in at some point in time. It's going to go, and I think you already have a good idea of where you're fitting in, but you're not 100% there yet. It's coming because, again, your fire is coming out towards the end. So we got fire and then we got fire. This isn't about twin flame. Okay, this is more about the fire. So you are starting to know what you can do and how powerful you are. And it's really, really, really starting to come out in you. Okay, family is very, very important to you, and your community is very important to you, and your home is important to you. You need to celebrate your gifts and what your abundance is. I think that you don't take it for granted, but at the same time, I think that any blessings that come into your life, sometimes you're not as grateful as what you could be. Don't take that the wrong way. Okay, do not take that the wrong way. You are grateful, and but at the same time, some things that come into your life, they may not seem like they're good. It's one of those things that's kind of to test you, to learn from, so that you can move past it or get on a higher frequency. Okay, so even the crap that's thrown at you, look at it as a gift. Okay, a learning experience for you to grow and learn from. Okay, you still have some lacks and some doubts going on. This is bottom of the deck. And again, if you keep going the way that you're going, you're going to feel like you're drowning. Okay, these are bottom of the decks. Okay, so just make sure that you come up for air every once in a while, and you don't get drowning in all this stuff that's going on. Okay, but make sure that you don't get into the lack and the doubting, because I think that you are, again, kind of just hyper focused on some things too. So just make sure that you're building that solid foundation. Okay, and once you have that solid foundation going on, then you can build your structure, if you know what I mean. So let me grab another deck, and I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, I gravitated towards one of my tarot decks. So the first one is the Two of Wands. So with the Two of Wands, we have the two wands, and then we have the gentleman sitting here with the world. So this is about planning your future, making progress, and it's about the activation of possibilities and the choice between your comfort zone and the new adventure. Okay, so the world is filled with opportunities for adventure, and I welcome them into the life with planned action. So I think that your choices between your comfort zone and your new adventure is somewhere within your witchcraft area. It's because I think there's something that you want to explore, but you're like, don't know if I should or not. So it's totally up to you if you want to or not, but you have to be ready for it. So the 10 of coins, or pentacles, or however you want to call them, or discs, these are representative of money, value, wealth. It can be about health as well. So this is about spiritual and material abundance, community, generosity, wealth, and prosperity. It's about building a legacy, basically, with this card. Okay, so you're successful and you share your wealth and success with those that you love. Now, the next ones are kind of interesting because we got the Page of Wands, and then we have the Magician. So the Page of Wands is about like explosive creativity and infectious enthusiasm. It's about having like tons of ideas. Okay, it's also about being creative, and it's about beginnings and new inspiration, but honoring your skills and your passions from your past. Okay, so you're trying new things and giving yourself permission to dream, with that spark as well. And you have those natural skills and those talents going on because you're the magician. You can make anything happen if you want it to happen. Okay, so this is about natural talents. It's about powers, manifesting, creativity. It's about resourcefulness, and you can manifest the life that you desire through energy and action, and you're discovering this. And I think that you will, like, again, with that creativity, if you make the leap with this, then you will, again, get on that path that you need to go on, okay? The Eight of Cups is on the bottom. So the Eight of Cups is about letting go. It's about releasing that which no longer serves you. So I have a feeling that you are going to release that crap that we were talking about earlier at some point in time, okay? So it's moving that stuck energy so that you can walk away and leave it there so that you can become the person that you need to become, okay? So leaving that old crap behind, and leaving that disappointment in the past too. So walking away from negativity and choosing yourself in a rebellious act of self-love. So the moon is also in this card too. So again, the moon is reflective, and also again, it's about like a new beginning, new cycles, those sorts of ideas as well. So let me know how this resonates with you, please. And yeah, I hope this helps a little bit. And thank you again for trusting me with everything. And your orders, your 3 orders, I do have them downstairs, and I will be packing them and hopefully getting them mailed to you tomorrow. So again, just let me know if you have any questions or anything too. So thank you again, and have a great night.